So hi, welcome to our podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
Happy Wednesday.
It is a Wednesday.
It's way too fucking early.
It's 10 a.m. Have you not been up for, you know what?
I'm
gonna stop myself.
I've been up. I haven't been up for a half a day already.
Okay.
But I have been up for 2 hours. I did wake up at 8 this morning, and I did immediately check your last FM, hoping that you weren't listening to the podcast playlist so I could go back to bed.
Oh, I have awful news for you.
I was like, please forget.
No, I fucking wish, man. I woke up, I listened to the playlist, and then I fell back asleep. If I'm being honest, today was one of those days.
Yeah,
it was not good. Yeah.
I had to get the playlist done last night because I was like, there ain't no way in God's hell I'm waking up tomorrow to listen to this.
Shit.
Yeah,
hell no.
But yeah, we're here. Couldn't make the live stream on Monday, but we don't fuck around anymore. We get this shit done.
We don't fucking care, bro.
We get it done.
We get that shit locked in.
Even if we gotta get up at 8 o'clock in the morning to do it, we're here.
We're here.
I would have done this at 8 o'clock in the morning if I had to. That's a lie. No, I wouldn't have.
I would have been like, you're fucking out of your mind. Good night. Hell no. Hell no, dude.
Glory and I each went to a show over this past week. I saw, I don't know how, but They Found Me and Benches in Philly on last Tuesday. It was a good show. There were a lot of people there. I did not realize, number one, that venue held that many people, and number two, that I don't know how had that many fans in Philly, despite me seeing them also in a sold out room of the same size last time in Philly.
Yeah.
But that was 2 years ago.
So you thought they all kind of like fell off by then?
Yeah. I didn't know, like, I know their monthly listeners are higher than ever and the band is bigger than ever, but
they're doing great. They're successful, flourishing.
Yeah, the rooms were too small for the tour, but I was like, wow, a lot of people here.
What are you guys doing here?
Yeah, we're walking down the line because there's a big ass line outside the venue, and I'm like, there's no way all these people are here for this. Like, is there
another show going on?
Someone bought resale. Kids bought resale, and it's fake tickets. There's no way all these kids are going to fit in that room. And then they all fit in that room. There are a lot of people in there.
Jesus.
Yeah. We stayed way back because it's like it's like a bowling alley. So there's like a step down into like the pit area in front of the stage, and then up on the step is all of the space to stand near the bars and shit.
Okay.
So we were like basically back on a bar, so far back. I was like, I don't want to be. I don't even know if I could get in the crowd because honestly, I can't really see the staircase. That's how many people were in there.
Holy shit!
Yeah, like people were standing on the staircase because they wanted to be down on the floor, but they couldn't fit. So I was like, yeah,
what the hell? I don't know how.
We'll just stay back here. Yeah. Like not like the floor was going to be crazy or anything.
No, I don't think there were going to be like mosh pits or anything happening at that show. No, they all just kind of like stand there. It's kind of, I'd be pissed, me personally, but I mean, Dallin makes music he does, so I think he knows.
Yeah, it's not that kind of music, unfortunately. But Benches was cool. They were the support band. Man, do I love a show with one support band and then the headliner is done by 10 or 10:30. Man, do I love that shit. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Envious.
I don't know how she keep that trend going of only one support band because their shows end at 10 o'clock at night, which means I get home early.
Yeah.
And I love that
dude,
shit.
You're in bed before fucking midnight.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
Yeah. You don't get that every day. But yeah, Benches was cool. They hit the stage a little late, but that's all right. Because there were probably still a lot of people outside, so there was a couple. They waited a couple minutes past 8 to hit the stage. Yeah, but they sounded good. And then I don't know how came out. Obviously, Dallin, and now his backing band. He has three extra members now. Each time I've seen them, the band has grown by one. Yeah, so that's weird. I sent a picture to my mom. She was like, he has a full band now? Because the last time she saw them, it was just
him and
Dallin and Ryan. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last time I saw them in Philly, they had added the guitarist. And now it's the whole band. They got 4 members, and he also takes his bass off for some of the songs and jumps around.
What
and
the hell?
One of the other band members plays the bass, and he's like, "All right, guys, I'm going to jump around now."
Not my I don't know how. Not my I don't know how. Who the fuck is this?
Damn. The set list was cool. The show was cool. I might be in the minority here, but I think it's time to retire the Brobeck songs. We have 2 albums and an EP, and I am not a Brobeck's fan. So as much as Visitation of the Ghost is a great song, it does take him 6 minutes to get through it, and I do wish that we would hurry the fuck up just a little bit, because he does he does the whole big thing where he parts the crowd and he walks into it and all that, so it takes so much time. Yeah, I was hoping you weren't talking about like Love at First Sight, but then I was like, when was the last time you played that shit?
No. He's never played that shit. So, no, you know what? Yeah, fuck the Brobecks.
It's not even fuck the Brobecks. It's just Visitation of the Ghost. I'm like, oh my God, because it just takes so long. Like,
you could do 2 songs in the time it takes to just set that one up.
Yeah, and the way it's paced, it's like there's no song for 3 minutes because he's in the crowd walking around. Like, I don't know. And then I was disappointed with the encore, because the encore is Nobody Likes the Opening Band and then Boring, which is a Brobeck song.
Oh, I do like Boring. And I fucking love Boring.
Okay, good for you. Those were one of the Brobeck songs that I wish he'd retire.
No, but it's so. Or if you put on, like, what is it, Biking?
Bike Ride?
No, fuck. Bike Ride. I fucking love Bike Ride. Yeah, and Boring and Love at First Sight. Those are the 3 Brobeck songs that are like good in my head. The rest I couldn't give less of a fuck about. Respectfully, sorry, Dallin.
Fair enough. Yeah, I was bummed out about the encore, because it did not feel like an encore, especially like Nobody Likes the Opening Band. Like, that's fine, like that's one of the I don't know how songs, as much as I'm like, better songs in the discography, but I get it. It's
I'd
gonna
rather
be
they put it at the beginning. Is that just me? Be like immediately after the opening band? I never understand why it's like always like smack dab in the middle of the set or something, near the end or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but it is cool. It gives like an interesting way to get the crowd to clap for the opening band and all that shit, not just being like, hey, give it up for. It's like, now it's in the song, and it's 3 minutes of give it up for. Woohoo! Wow! But I don't know. I like my encores to be like the hit songs, the real energetic part of the set, like
where everyone's already like making noise.
Oh fuck, the band's coming back out and they're gonna play their biggest song, and they had already played Choke, so like,
so what now?
What else are they gonna play? We really don't need an encore. It's kind of what I felt like. The encore was an afterthought with the picks. But other than that, the show was good. No hate to the Brobecks. I just want, when I go to see I Don't Know How, I know the Brobecks is part of his history, but he's got 2 albums and an EP now, and
emphasis on that EP.
Emphasis on the EP, bro. But there's songs off of those releases that I'd much rather hear now that the discography is starting to grow.
Yeah, like Absinthe, for example. Where's Absinthe?
Or Bleed Magic.
Exactly. Or Bleed Magic. I haven't listened to that EP in fucking years. Shit. It's a great EP though. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I saw Avenged Sevenfold with openers Poppy and Sullivan King. Doors. So firstly, I had a completely different experience than majority of the people there. My friend is a part of the Death Bats Club, which means you have an NFT. Don't laugh. Sorry, I have to laugh. You have an NFT, but that NFT gives you like perks and shit, whether it's shows, merch, meet and greets, that type of shit. Obviously, the more expensive the NFT is, the more. Oh, there it goes!
No!
There goes my fucking shit. Okay, it's fine. So, the more expensive the NFT is, the more perks you get. Like there's like a $10,000 NFT, fucking wild, but it gets you like tickets and meet and greets for life, unlimited, whatever. So you could like follow the band and go to all the shows for free. Obviously not paying for gas or hotels or shit. Um, my friend has the one where it's just cut the line. You get the shortest line and you get early entry. So we were camped down in front of that goddamn venue from 10:30 to 5 o'clock
I
when they
saw that.
opened the
I was
doors.
like, wow, they're dedicated to the bit for this one.
Dude, the things I do for my best friend, I would die for them, okay? So, um, we wait there. There's a big line that, starts forming, other people part of the DBC. And we're all just kind of like fucking around, waiting. I'm like, yeah, I don't really know the band. So, and they're like, what the fuck? Why are you here? And I'm like, dude, I'm here for my best friend. Don't fucking kill me. I'm sorry. I ended up getting center barricade. I know people were pissed about that. Sorry, guys. I only know Hail to the King. But it was a great performance. Sullivan King started up. I believe his set was like 45 minutes, which looking back, that's a long ass set list for an EDM artist at a metal show. Um, Energy was great. There was a part where he would come down and he'd like play guitar and shit in front of us. And like that was cool. I thought he was fun. They played fucking Electric Callboy for like part of his set, and they filmed me because I went fucking crazy because I didn't know the rest of the songs except for like Death of Peace of Mind that he like remixed.
Yeah.
But it's like it was fucking We Got the Moves. He did that da 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 da. I went fucking crazy, and the fucking camera was like in my face. So look out for that. Then after Sullivan King, that was great. There was like a 30-minute in between. Poppy came on. I only knew Van, respectfully. I mean, I knew like Concrete because that was like one of our favorites when that album came out. Um, Unfortunately, she was lip syncing for like 99% of the show, which was really disappointing. Because even I was watching back some videos and I was like, Poppy was so good. She sounded so good. And then I watched and it's like, she like screamed, but like the mic was like down by her leg. So I was like, oh. And then it's just those are just kind of watching her. You could tell by like people's necks and stuff when they're screaming or singing if they're actually like projecting and nothing. So that's a little disappointing. Because her shit sounded exactly like studio as well. It's not like even she recorded it for live setting. It just sounded like she was just playing tracks. My opinion, my experience. Sorry to Poppy fans if I'm wrong or spreading misinformation or whatever, but that's what I thought. Avenged Sevenfold came on at 9:10 p.m. The time I usually go to bed, so I was literally falling asleep at the barricade, and my friend kept having to like fucking shake me awake because I was like, dude, I don't think I'm gonna make it to Avenged Sevenfold. They came on, great set. Something I really liked about their set, because they're in that kind of new age of accepting, obviously they do NFTs and shit, and I like how they use NFTs for their communities. It's not just like, hey, here's a fucking picture to buy for $500 and it's just a picture that you could say is yours. They're actually giving like perks and shit, which I think is cool, and it gives you like a little badge and whatever, and people make stickers out of it. I think that's cute. I'm okay with that. They also used AI in their live shows, and I thought it was actually really fucking cool. So they had like cameras, like firstly on the band, obviously, but also in the crowd. So it's like you would get someone like on camera, but there was AI, so it would like partially make their face like a skeleton and shit, like during a song. I can't remember. It might have been like Afterlife, I think. Couldn't tell you. But it was so fucking cool because I was like, oh, I never thought to use AI to generate just partial skeletons, like people as partial skeletons, and it enhanced this show so much more because it wasn't just crowd shots, it was like you were a part of a fucking music video. So I was like, oh, maybe all AI isn't bad in the fucking music industry. Seeing it used in that way, I'm like, that's fucking cool because it's not hurting anyone. It's not like you could have a fucking artist do that in real time. That's just impossible. But having a fucking computer do that's so fucking cool. So yeah, I mean, Matt fucking wore my friend's Burger King crown. I showed Johnny Sins, the bassist, my Duolingo streak because I did it during the show, and he was very proud of me. Sin kept fucking staring at me, and I just kept like nodding at him because I didn't know the lyrics, and he found that funny because I was firstly center barricade, didn't know a lyric. So he just kept staring at me, waiting for me to sing, and I'd just be like, doing great.
Yeah.
Keep
awesome.
going.
Yeah,
keep going. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
But yeah, great show. I had a friend who was going to a meet and greet. She got a vinyl signed that I gifted to my friend. Apparently it's a fucking rare vinyl. I didn't know that it was like uber rare, but now it's like one of one. Cool.
Today,
congrats.
You learned that.
I learned that. Glad it didn't get stolen. But yeah, great show. Mm-hmm.
Hell
Big
yeah.
fan. Well, I enjoyed it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, they've been ahead of the curve of like the modern tech. Mm-hmm. Like they were one of the first bands to do the NFTs, and it doesn't surprise me that they're utilizing AI on stage, because they obviously, they're an arena band. They have the budget to do that. So
exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Coming up on my calendar, Rachel Ann Dopkins album release show on Friday, and then bought tickets to see Movements in a couple of weeks with Tiger's Jaw.
Yeah, dude, my friend's going to that.
Yeah, so
not that one, but
well, yeah, that should be a bonkers show. And then I'll have Avoid at the end of the month. So I'm very excited about the Avoid show. Movements will be cool. I haven't seen them in a while, but Avoid.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But we also have albums and singles and more albums. It was an album heavy week. Not a lot of singles, but it was an album heavy week, both in the sense of there were a lot of albums and they were all heavy.
And also they were long. They were all long albums.
But we're gonna jump right into it. Boundaries dropped their new album, Death is a Little More. We had Corey from Boundaries on the podcast. By the time this is out, the interview will be out. It comes out today when we're shooting this. And this will be out tomorrow. So yeah, go check that out. It was a good chat. Dude, I've heard of Boundaries before this record. I knew the name.
Okay.
I hadn't really checked them out though. Hearing this album for the first time, that opener gave me fucking goosebumps.
Oh, and dude, that opener is fucking crazy. Yeah.
Like, I heard that opener, locked in immediately. They had every ounce of my attention until the last words were said on the record.
Yeah. No, it's fair. That's fair.
It's such a solid album front to back. Huge shout out to the opener. Huge shout out to the song with Marcus from Event Animate because of the synth parts on it. Feels straight out of 2008. And I said in one of the interviews, if not for me, when they asked me what era of metalcore, 2010s, and I wish more bands were doing it in modern style. Boom, right there, found it.
Done.
And then the last song on the record, because I really like the way it ends, where he says, I feel like a fuck up, I feel like a failure, and then the song just ends, and
that's it.
Yeah, the emotion that is like that comes through just in those lyrics alone is like such a powerful way to end the record.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
But I'm a huge fan of this album. All the features work really well, especially like Nat from Kubla Khan fits perfect. Like that was made match made in heaven right there. Lockie crushed his feature. So overall, it's a very solid record. Seen a lot of people on Twitter being like, "This is album of the year, going to be hard to top."
Oh shit! Are you feeling the same way?
I'm feeling it's a very solid album, but I have some highly anticipated records from some of my favorite bands. So not quite album of the year slot, because I know it's going to go to one of those. But very, very solid record that I will be coming back to. Absolutely.
Listening to this record for the first time, I was like, I know why this was set up. The interview, firstly. I think it's a great record. I actually worked out to this morning before I passed out. And it was a great workout record. As you said, the opener is fucking insane. I had to triple check that it was just the first song because it started out with so much energy. I was like, did I miss something? Because it feels like we're in the middle of the fucking record. It feels like we started off like already at like the peak of it.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it did not peak at the beginning. It was just great energy through and through. As I said, heavy as shit. But I fucking loved it. I'm glad you connected with it a lot more, because this is more of your I need more, and then
this
someone
was a
actually
Shane
did
pick.
This was a Shane pick. But yeah, I did enjoy it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. While She Sleeps dropped a new album, Self Hell. We sat down with Sean from While She Sleeps.
Fucking crazy, right?
It is one of my favorite interviews that we've done. I shit myself a little bit before the interview, but it was so fucking awesome. It was this record is incredible. I don't want to fucking jinx it or set promises that I can't keep later, but I do feel like this is going to land itself in my top 10 of album of the years, because every time I've listened to it, I always leave just like still stunned and just like, damn, that was good. I could listen to that again. I've listened to it like 3 times all the way through by now. First time for the interview, and then the other 2 times prepping for the podcast. It's just still incredibly good. I'm so happy. My favorite, I said it was my favorite before it was even a single. Thank you. To the Flowers is the best song, in my opinion, off the record. Made it a single. Now it's like one of their biggest songs ever. I don't want to say ever. It's the big song off the record. Yeah. So fucking good. Guitar work is crazy on this album, especially on To the Flowers. They posted a video, Sean posted a video actually, where they were like, how are you gonna do To the Flowers live with all the fucking effects on the guitar? And he fucking showed everyone how he's gonna fucking do it.
I don't know, with my pedal board? Like...
Exactly. I don't know. I think that's why they made pedal boards. Yeah. It's kind of crazy. It sounds amazing. I need to fucking see them live, because this record has just hit me harder than I thought it was. That Architects tour,
their first of 3.
I know.
That's a bonkers lineup.
I fucking love Architects too. Yeah. So I might be going to that.
Yeah, you probably should.
I might be going to that.
But yeah, no, this fucking album was another one that blew me away. You know, we spoke about it in the interview, and it's evident on social media, polarizing response to this one from the fans. Because, you know, they didn't just go and make a metalcore record. They're all over the place on this album, but it is still a very cohesive experience. I really like this album. I like the way it opens with Peace of Mind. Leave Me Alone is probably that, and Self Hell are probably my favorite songs on the record. Leave Me Alone, I only heard it really clearly on my phone, but when the song first starts, and somewhere in the middle, like towards the end, there's a voice that's buried a little bit in the mix that says "We Are While She Sleeps," like right before the song kicks in, and I was just like, fuck.
Is it a woman?
Yeah.
Because like, I heard that this morning, because it freaked me the fuck out.
It's buried like right before the drums and everything kick in.
It was like and it was, at least in my headphones, it was on the left side.
Yeah.
And I might be confusing it with someone else might have a fucking woman whispering for like 2 seconds before a song kicks in. But it freaked me the fuck out, because I was the only one awake working out. And I was like, who just whispered in my fucking ear?
Yeah.
But it's cool as hell.
Yeah, that funnily enough, the only time I've heard it really clearly was on my phone, and everybody rags on me for listening to the show on my phone. Glory.
Yeah, looking right back at you, buddy.
You know, when I've listened to it on my computer and in my car, I know it's there, but I don't hear it as clearly as I did that one time on my phone. But I do like that little hint, and like just going in there and saying "We Are While She Sleeps" on like what is going to be a polarizing record. I just feel as like that's fucking
it's a fucking
sick
statement.
Yeah,
it's a big ass statement.
That's sick. Now I do have a complaint with this record, and that is the middle of the album. There are like interlude type tracks that really don't go anywhere.
Okay.
And are a little too long, and just feel like they fuck up the flow of the middle of the record for me, and kind of almost take me out of what is such a immersive experience on the front and back end of this record. Doesn't take away points for me in the sense of this has still been the record since Friday that I've been coming back to of like the new releases, because the front and back halves are so just punching you in the gut and are fucking awesome. But the middle of the record for me leaves something to be desired, and just feels like there's like too much time spent in like an empty space. Like,
okay.
It would be rad as like one song, but then there is like a second one that kind of has a similar effect, and I'm just like, darn. Like
something cool could have gone here.
Yeah, when I listened to it the first time, I was like, did they forget to give us a song? Like,
oh no!
Yeah, it's like, oh god, there's a lot of empty space here in the middle. But I just had to throw that out there because I didn't think that this was a perfect 10 out of 10 because of that. But the actual meat and potatoes of the record and the songs that aren't like interludes are so fucking awesome, and I can't. Like, even with that aside, I can't sing this album's praises enough. It's fucking solid front to back. Polarizing for sure. If you're a While She Sleeps fan and you like their old stuff, you might not like this. Even if you like their last record, you might not like this. But I do think, you know, it's cool to see a band that's been doing it as long as they have doing something different and just saying, like, just being like, whatever, like we know what we did isn't what we normally do, and we know that the fans might not like it, and whatever happens because we're stoked on it.
Exactly. They're doing what they want.
Yeah, especially in a time where you know, as much as I love you know, the resurgence and the revival of all these genres, and listen, I'm a sucker for that shit. I love that shit. There are still bands going out there and being like, yeah, we could do that, but we're gonna do this instead.
Exactly. People who are like, we did that.
Yeah,
we're doing something else,
and
now.
They made a rockin' record out of it, so I can't complain.
Yeah, rock and hardcore, badass record.
Yeah. Hell yeah. If Not For Me dropped their new album, Everything You Wanted. We spoke to If Not For Me, Patty and Hayden from the band. You should go check that out. That was a very good conversation. This record blew me away. I've been enjoying this one a lot. You know, I just finished saying While She Sleeps has been number 1. This has been number 2, and the first thing I listened to on Friday, because I hadn't heard it in full yet, and I was like, those singles are so good. I have to hear this album front to back, and it is so good. So many catchy moments. They know how to write a goddamn chorus, because every song on this record has a banging chorus. It doesn't slow down. It just, you know, it starts out and it just keeps hitting you front to back. A fucking ripper. Highly recommend this band. Hell yeah. Damn
right. Nail on the head with the choruses part. This is what I think of when I get a notification that someone liked or love a band who could write a banging chorus. Them and obviously the home team. Again, I fucking love the home team. Highlight on the first song, the opener, Fill Me Now, that chorus especially, just the vocals on it and just how much of an earworm it is. I fucking love this album. It's great to hear it in full. And the hype and not awards, but just recognition that they're getting for this album is completely warranted. And I'm so happy that people are appreciating this as much as it needs to be appreciated. It's not getting, you know, cut up, and it was a big fucking release week. So I'm happy that they're still getting their time in the spotlight with this record, because it's fucking incredible.
Yeah, the one thing about the metalcore community is that if you're making buzz, which like this band has been, it doesn't matter how stacked the release week is. The dedicated people that enjoy the genre for what it is are going to check shit out no matter what.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I've seen a lot of people being like, yeah, a lot of banging records, but like, go check this one out, because and like there are people, I've been spinning this one the most, referring to this record. Huge shout out to Blameless on my end. That's probably my favorite song on the record.
That's a good one.
You know, that's the chorus I think of when I say that band can write a banging chorus. But Tragedy, which was the focus track off the record, is also a fucking banger. Honestly, a crime that it is the closer on the album. But front to back banger, so you got no problem getting to that song to close the record out. So yeah, front to back, as I keep saying, just straight rippers, bangers. Check it the fuck out if you like music, heavy music, and then watch our interview. It was a solid chat.
Good. Yeah, it was good. Yeah. Sum 41 dropped a new album, Heaven X Hell. We did not talk to Sum 41.
No, we sure as shit didn't. But no, that's okay.
Would have been cool,
guys. Yeah, there's still time.
Offers still open.
Yeah, it's still time. So, yeah. This is their final record. It's a double album. Heaven being the first part, Hell being the second part. Heaven is the pop punk sound that you know and love the band for. Although they've always teetered on a line of pop punk and metal influence. You know, pop punk, the sound that you know and love them for, and then Hell is the metal inspired sound that they've always teetered that line on. You know, I think that a double album is always a ballsy move for a band, always like a big statement, but
it's a big deal. Yeah,
what a statement to be like, not only is this our last record, this is a double album, because there's a lot weighing on you then, because you got to make, now you just doubled the amount of work for yourself of absolute bangers you have to write, because this is your final record. You can't drop a sticker.
There's nothing else after this. Yeah.
Like you there is no redemption arc. You can't be well, I mean, you could just say, oh, you know, yeah, we got back together. Yeah, give it a couple of years, get back together, write a really good record. But to just be like, this is it, like this is the final thing, this is end it here, and it also be a double album, ballsy move for sure. But I think they did an outstanding job. There are 20 songs on this album, and there are a whole lot of bangers on here. So, you know, Heaven is like, when I think of Sum 41, I think of the 10 songs that are on Heaven. I learned reading a little bit about the record that they have always teetered on that line of pop punk and metal. So, you know, listening to Hell, you're not gonna break your neck. No. Like it's definitely metal inspired riffs, but it's not like there's definitely a sonic shift. But it is definitely feels like a pop punk band writing metal music,
metal influence music.
Yes, it's not incredibly heavy, but it is a cool shift, and they also obviously do that well. They're a solid band, although I haven't spent a shitload of time with their music. You don't typically get to be that size being a terrible band doing it as long as you have been. So I had high hopes going into this. I really liked Off Heaven, Landmines, and Off Hell, I Don't Need Anyone. But overall, I think it's a solid record. Sad to see the band, you know, calling it quits, although they've had a hell of a run. And you know, they're going on their final tour.
World tour.
I'm sure most of the dates are sold out, but if you like the band, you should probably jump on tickets if they haven't sold out yet. Jersey's sold out, because I was like, it's Sum 41. Do I go just to say I saw Sum 41 once? I might not be going because the resale is expensive. But if you like the band and you don't have tickets for some reason, you should start looking into that. But yeah, I like this. I like this album.
I also like this record. Very interesting to hear. I mean, obviously it's a double album. It's, you know, what we know them for, the pop punk, and then more on the bottom half, the metalcore, metal influence, rock, whatever the fuck it is. Heavy influence side. I think it's great. As one of my favorite songs from Sum 41 is Out for Blood off their last record. And it was on the heavier side. It wasn't a pop punk song. But again, Sum 41 falls in this weird category of, yeah, I can hear the influence, but it still sounds like they don't go like just over the line of metalcore or
keep
heavy.
It safe.
Exactly. Which isn't bad, because that helped me get into heavier music. It's like that perfect stepping stone sound, I guess. I thought they fucking crushed this record. It did not feel like, goddamn, how long was this record? I mean, it's a double album, 20 songs.
Long ass time. An hour plus. Yeah.
Yeah. It did not feel like 55 minutes and 12 seconds. I went through it twice and I enjoyed it both times. Do I have a favorite? Probably Landmines. And I need to listen to the bottom half again. But obviously, because it's the first half, my brain is going to be more aware of the names and everything. But honestly, if you didn't tell me that it was supposed to be lighter on one end and heavier on the other end, I probably wouldn't have picked it up too much. I mean, there is a little bit of a shift that you can kind of hear, but it's still very incredibly cohesive. It's not like a super drastic shift where it's like, whoa, what the fuck happened? You know, is this still Sum 41?
Yeah.
But I think it's great. I loved it a lot.
Oh. Yeah. They hit the nail on the head. You know, it's just like right in that middle point, because each side is 10 songs. You hear a small shift, but it is not like you said, like, oh fuck, what am I listening to? What a new album come on? Like it's still Sum 41. But yeah, they hit this one out of the park. I hated saying that Landmines is my favorite, but there is a reason why that song was the lead single off the record. It is incredibly catchy. So yeah,
they did good picking it.
Yeah, solid, very solid record. Sad to see them go, but I don't think, you know, it might be the end for Sum 41, but I don't think it's the end for some of the band members. I could see them all going to do separate things, whether it be touring or studio stuff. So excited to see what comes of after Sum 41, or if they get back together in 10 years. Who knows?
Who knows?
Anything's possible. Anything's possible. We'll see. MOTHICA dropped her new single, Doomed. It's the first single off her upcoming record, Kissing Death, which comes out in August. And she already posted that it'll be a single every 3 weeks up until the album, because there is a visual album built around it to tell the story of the record. So Doomed kind of sets the scene, hence the slower opening track-esque feeling. So not the MOTHICA that we typically are here for in terms of sound. Huh?
Yeah. No, I said I said, oh, not like that.
In terms of sound, but an incredibly solid song. I do like the tone it sets for whatever the rest of this project may sound like, and I'm fucking excited for the album. I'm patiently waiting. August is a long time to wait. It's about 4 months. I just looked at the calendar and then did the math in my head, and I'm like, oh shit, there's supposed to be an 8 there when the album comes out. Oh fuck. It's a long time.
That's so far. Yeah.
But we'll be talking about MOTHICA a lot over the next handful of months if there's a single every 3 weeks. So I'm excited to see this album progress. And hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I really liked this track a lot. It is a bit slower, but I don't know. It makes so much sense for MOTHICA. I really like just the vibe of the song overall. It's just so, it's not gloomy, but it's just like spacey, and it I don't know, it's really pretty. I like her sound in it. I like just the strumming in the background. I just think it's a great song. I'm very excited to see what she does with the record.
Hell yeah, very stoked for the record.
See You Space Cowboy and Courtney LaPlante dropped a new single, To the Dance Floor for Shelter. I love See You Space Cowboy. I love Courtney LaPlante. Match made in heaven. See You Space Cowboy has quickly become one of my favorite bands right now, just in the scene, releasing. This entire album rollout has been one of my favorites. Every song that they've dropped has been, it's just blown me away, because the screams are fucking crazy. It's like chaotic. It's just so, it's so satisfying to listen to. I love it. It scratches that little part of my brain. Courtney LaPlante came out of fucking nowhere. Sounds amazing. Haunting. I fucking love her vocals. I'm not sure if she also screamed on it, but I could hear her singing. So I probably need to listen to it a couple more times to figure out if she was screaming or not. But I love this song a lot. I thought it was great.
Hell yeah. Yeah, this band quickly becoming one of my favorites as well.
Okay. All right.
Sorry,
we can't be original.
We can't both have a band that we both like. We can't both ride for a band here. One of us has to hate that band. Fine. Yeah. Sea Space Cowboy is one of my most hated bands ever. I can't fucking stand them because Glory likes them. Is that what you wanted to hear?
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to hear.
All right. Anyways, been digging this band a lot. Been digging the singles so far off this upcoming record. When I saw the track list and saw the Courtney feature, I was like, that better be a single, and I'm sure that song goes fucking crazy. And I was right on both regards. The song was a single, and the song goes fucking crazy. Very stoked for this album to come out. It'll be out in a couple of weeks, 19th, which is coming up fast.
So close.
But yeah, the song fucking rocks. Very stoked for the rest of this album. Foreign Hands dropped their new single, God Under Fingernails. Found out about this band when I saw them open for Currents last year on the Currents headliner. So been loosely following them, saw that they announced the record. This was the single they announced the record with. So I'm like, yeah, sure, perfect time to get on the Foreign Hands train with the podcast. I like the song a lot. I like the energy it's got, and I was a fan of the band when I saw them, so I'm stoked for this album, and stoked to keep covering them, seeing what the album progresses to be, what it sounds like, what's it gonna be.
Hell yeah. I really liked this song. It took me a couple listens to like get on board with it fully because it is a bit heavier and faster, I guess, than most metal that I do listen to. But on like the fourth listen, I think I finally get it. There's like this part in the song where it feels like it's kind of like breaking down, or not like a breakdown, but it feels like it's kind of like shifting, almost descending a little bit. And then it just goes right back to fucking crazy shit. I really liked that. I like when bands do little weird sounds or hybrids or shit in their song like that, and it just adds nice texture. It because you need that shit in at least like metal or heavier music in general, in my opinion. So it's not just the same sound over and over and over again. It gives you a break. It gives you that contrast of, oh hey, this sounds different, to then back to original sound that we were doing earlier. So that it's just, to me, it makes more sense in my head. I fucking love this song. I do.
Hell yeah.
Microwave dropped a new single, Hyperzine Dreams. Hooperzine Dreams? Who knows? I like this song a lot, actually. I thought it's a solid vibe. It's a solid track. I've been fucking with with the Microwave songs thus far. I'm waiting for this album to hit. It's coming soon. It's coming very, very soon. But when I was putting together the podcast playlist, I went back and I was like, I think I already said this, but I'm going to say it again. Rollout started in 2022. So it's a long time coming for this record. So I'm excited to finally hear it. We've been covering Microwave singles for a while, and I just want to cover the fucking record. Please. Yeah. As I've been saying for like the past like 2 Microwave singles, I get the Microwave hype now. That fucking voice. Holy shit. I love the voice. I love everything about it, instrumentally, voice, the fucking song as a whole, the band as a whole. I fucking love it. I thought this song was amazing. It's so chill. It's kind of cute. I mean, I don't know if like lyric wise it's cute. I still need to read the lyrics, but it's just like sound wise, it's very just, it reminds me of like early 2020. I don't know, that kind of like early lockdown before everyone went a little crazy, where it was just like, wow, the sun is shining. Maybe everything's going to be okay, guys. Yeah. And then we were still in lockdown for like 2 years. So, but yeah, I really like this.
Hell yeah. And for our last topic, Saint Atlantic, Paris, and Bruises dropped their new single, Girls. It's Girls with an S.
Yeah, the Girls with a dollar sign.
Yeah.
I really liked this track a lot. I don't know. It was just so fun. Yeah. I think it was just fucking awesome. I love Stand Atlantic. I'm getting into Paris. I know you're the Paris fan of the podcast.
Yeah.
This was my introduction, I believe, to Bruises.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I've listened to them before, but I really liked it. I thought it was a great mashup for everyone. Everyone got to have their own little part. Stand Atlantic is fucking crazy as always, and I'm very excited for this new album.
Yeah, they announced a new record. Also comes out in August. Yeah. Something about Stand Atlantic and always announcing the record so fucking early in advance.
So early.
But that's all right. That just means more singles, more time to wait, and more time to be like, give it now. But yeah, I like this song a lot. It's solid. They've been teasing at a song with Paris for a while. I thought it was going to be the other way around, and it's possible it still could be, because I know Paris is putting together a project that's going to have a bunch of collabs on it. So it's like, going to be Bonnie on a song, and it's going to be a Paris song. And then it was like Stand Atlantic and Paris. And I was like, oh, fuck. Whoa! This is the opposite of what I thought it was going to be. Oh, shit. Yeah. So... yeah, this song's fucking solid. Stoked for this record. Stoked on the tour that they're on. We didn't even talk about the summer school tour.
That shit is fucking crazy.
Better lineup than Sad Summer Fest. I'm just putting it out there.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Easily.
Hands down. Tickets are cheaper.
Yeah. Bands are better.
Yeah. It's not the same rehashed lineup.
Exactly. I fucking love the Maine. I love the Maine, but... guys.
And I love seeing the Maine at Sad Summerfest because it's the only time I see them. And I love Mayday Parade. But there are some bands in the undercard that I just do not like at all. And I just won't be attending.
It's funny that everyone on the Summer School Fest lineup is everyone that people wanted on the Sad Summerfest lineup. Yeah. It's literally the home team, fucking Stand Atlantic, Honey Revenge. Yeah. It's like all of those bands were predictions. Like, I hope the home team is on Sad Summer. I hope Honey Revenge is. And then everyone was so disappointed. I know they were fucking laughing. I know they were like, oh, they're gonna love this shit. Yeah. It just showed quite literally in fucking theory, not theory, but it's like it showed genuinely people want to see all of these bands tour together. And they did. Because the home team and Honey Revenge have toured together already, right? Was that on the Broadside lineup?
Yeah, the home team brought out Honey Revenge. That was Honey Revenge's first full US. Yeah. And the home team's first headliner, our first full US headliner. So yeah, that was it would be cool to see them together. Even like Honey Revenge or Devin from Honey Revenge and Scene Queen Devin posted a picture of her hanging out with Hannah in college. So like these people have known each other for a long time. Obviously there have been bonds made with the bands, Honey Revenge and the home team and Stand Atlantic. Fucking the lineup in Magnolia Park.
Crazy. And, my god, I keep forgetting about fucking Magnolia Park.
Yeah, the lineup is bonkers. I will be there. I'm so stoked to see it happening in New Jersey. So yeah, that lineup is Magnolia Park, Stand Atlantic, the home team, Scene Queen, Honey Revenge, and Let Down. What a fucking night.
Let Down being on there caught me off guard. I was like, whoa. What the fuck? Yeah. That's fucking cool as hell. Yeah, no, I hope you have fun because there aren't any shows in the DMV area. So
I'm gonna have a fucking blast.
I hope you do.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a fucking blast. That's my Sad Summerfest for the year. Now I don't feel like I have to go to Sad Summerfest because all the bands I wanted on Sad Summerfest are just doing their own festival.
Exactly. Why the hell not?
But it's crazy because I was reading the press release and Eric Tobin from Hopeless, Michael from K Management, and Kevin Lyman, previously of Warped Tour, are the ones that put this festival together. So I was like, oh shit, Kevin Lyman's back in the saddle.
It has the Warped Tour stamp, basically.
Yeah. With the Hot Topic cosign and the Adobe Radio cosign. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah. I'm very excited about it. Funny to announce it on April Fool's. Because
I was scared.
It almost looks like an April Fool's joke, but it is very much real. Very real. And I'm very stoked about it. But all that to say, that's all the topics we have today. You can follow us on Twitter. It's good_noise_cast. Instagram is Good Noise Podcast. Facebook is Good Noise Pod. TikTok, sure, Good Noise Podcast. YouTube is Good Noise Podcast. Every audio streaming service ever is Good Noise Podcast. Bandcamp is goodnoiserecords.bandcamp.com, and Patreon is patreon.com/Good Noise Podcast. Go got your Patreon supporters, Twitch subs, your important plugs, your merch plug, all the plugs, and then we're gonna sign off.
Thank you to our Patreon supporters, my brother Matt from Pulses, Brady, Zari, Pop Punk Apologist, and Eric. And thank you to our Twitch subs, Coaster Lover and Matt again from Pulses. Thank you,
guys.
Everyone. Check out our merch. It is I almost did HTTPS. goodnoisepodcast.creator-spring.com. If you want to check out the equipment that we use for our podcast to record, everything is in the description. We have a little Amazon storefront where you could just lurk, I guess, and see what's going on there. Important plugs: Black Lives Matter, Stop Asian Hate, Be a Decent Person, Free Palestine, ceasefire, all that shit. It is a genocide that is actively happening right now. But yeah, be a decent person and support local bands and shows.
Hell yeah. Well, as I said, that's all we have today. I have been Shane.
I have been Glory.
And we have been the Good Noise Podcast. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.